YouTube, what's going on? It's DJ Show 1 King Legend coming at you with the CVR review. Alright, I hope you've watched the unboxing vid. Alright, this is the CVR 3002. Alright, and it is the D series. Alright, this is a 2-channel amplifier. I will let you see the front of it. Alright, this thing is sleek. It is a very beautiful amplifier. Alright, this is a very nice amplifier, well designed. It looks good. Alright, it looks very good. Alright, so the finish is a glossy black. Doesn't have a texture to it. It does leave fingerprints a little bit, as you can see. Alright, so if you have it racked up, you don't have to worry about that. But the weight on it, it's a nice, about 27 pounds, okay? 12 kilos, alright. And the wire, nice thick cord, Powercon, comes assembled, can't beat that. 15 amp plug. Now this amplifier is rated for up to 220 voltage, so you can do 110, 120. Alright, just change your cord, you know, according to specifications. But right now it comes at a 15, and this is a 30 amp Powercon. Alright, very nice. Okay. The wire is 12 gauge, 300 volts, so you do get a nice thick durable cord. Alright, it's very nice. Okay, let me go over the front. Alright, what you do have here, you have the vent ports. Alright, with a filter in the background. There is a filter behind this. Okay, behind this grill, there's a filter. The filter can be changed by removing these screws in the front. You have 2 on that side, and you have 2 on this side. Okay, so take that off, and you can access your filter. Almost like a crown. Alright, but this is behind the grill. Okay, and here you have the volume. Well, not volume, but gain knobs. Alright, excuse me for saying volume. Some audio guys will go crazy when you hear that. Alright, so these are the gain knobs. They're very small, but remember, this is a 1 space, so you can't have giant knobs in the front. Alright, that won't work. Alright, you have 1 indicator, which is signal. 1 in the middle is power, and the other one is the right signal. Okay, channel A, channel B. Alright, and obviously, last but not least, the power switch. Very nice power switch. Almost contours your finger. Perfect fit. Alright, so let's turn them around. You can see that. You have 5 fans, okay? So these fans do not all come on once you switch it on. Okay, I believe it's only 1 or 2 that comes on once you power it on. Okay, here's the Powercon. It says 100 volts to 240 volts at 50 to 60 hertz. Okay, here you have your XLR connections for your input, channel A and channel B. Alright, so notice you do have what you call it, you can branch out to another amplifier from each channel. Okay, so that's sweet. Alright, and here you have your output. Okay, these are similar to the Powercon power, but these are for your speakers. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna power this baby up, and let me see what it looks like. Alright, Alright, so to connect your power con, you have a little notch. Just line it up, and all you do is turn. That's it. Locked in place. That is it. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and power that on. Plug it in here.
Every day we a murder some boy. When King Legend I play, because I start lose control. When Shaim I talk, all the shit for them I jump on the boat. You better act like
this is the music lab, so it's a little tight on space in here, but we'll get it done one way or the other. Alright, excuse that camera moving there. Try to turn this around the other way. Alright, you have your protection mode. It's muted once it powers on. Okay. Now let me go ahead and connect my XLRs. I'm going to run some signal through here. Alright. Speak on codes. Okay. Let me turn those down. I could hear this beast is ready to get loose. Alright, so let's start by going over the wattage. Let's do that. Very important. Okay. Now this is the D-Series 3002, which at 8 ohms stereo, you're looking at 3,000 watts per channel. 4 ohms, you're looking at 5,100 watts. So now that's 5,100 watts per channel. Okay. At 2 ohms, you're looking at both channels driven. Each channel will deliver 7,140 watts. Okay, 7,140 watts. Now, mind you, if you are not a professional and know what you're doing, I don't condone having this amplifier. Okay, you got to know what you're doing to be messing with so much wattage and power. Okay. Alright, so you leave this to when you have reached that level and you know your thing, and you know the ins and outs of the sound system pretty much. Alright, because this is not for everyone. Alright, pretty much. This is a lot of power you're playing with here. Okay. It is a durable build, I will say. Okay. If you're one of those guys that like to have your amplifier out and throw it in the back seat of your car and pretty much plug it in when you get to the gig type deal, I don't think this is for you. Nah, I don't think this is for you. This is for someone who is more professional. They rack their gear and they know how to take care of their equipment. You understand what I'm saying? Because yes, it is one space, but as far as banging it around and doing all that crazy stuff, this is more on the digital end of amplifiers. This is not your basic big transformer, old school amplifier like the Crown Macrotech 3600. Well, those are tanks. I mean, you want to have your amplifier out and lug it around with you, that's up to you. I mean, with the crown. I mean, the crown will take a beating, alright? Throw it down the steps if you want to. I mean, it's okay, it's fine. It will hold up. Alright, but this baby right here, let's just treat this like a Mercedes, alright? I mean, yeah, Power Soft is the next beast up from this, I would say. They're also a little bit more on the delicate side, okay? They deliver, they're good, they're fine, they're stable, they're durable. But for beating them up, I don't see that, you know, with these amplifiers, you know, dropping them, throwing them in the back seat, that type stuff. I wouldn't do that, okay? So with that said, dampening factor greater than 5,000, which is very good. I think the Power Soft is greater than 10,000. Okay. Alright, I'm not gonna go into all the other crazy stuff, you know, just keep it straightforward. Alright, we're gonna run some signal through here and we're gonna see how it looks. Alright, so let me measure it up for you. Alright, so the front ears are 19, of course, for rack mounting. The depth is 17 and a half, okay? And the ears stick out a little bit. So we're gonna look at 18. Alright, with the plugs plugged in, you're looking at 20 and a half, okay, with the power con back of it. So I would go probably 21 if you're thinking about, you know, the rack and so forth. So you're gonna need at least 21 inches of clearance with the wire, you know. But you consider your rack might be 19 inches wide, of course, and 19 inches in depth. So you can think about the cover. The cover has an extra maybe 2 or 3 inches of clearance. So you'll be good with a 19-inch depth rack, or even a 20. 18 would be kind of cutting it. You would need to take the plug out every time. You can't have it plugged in with the cover transporting it. Okay, so you would have to disconnect the power con at least. If you want to be able to leave the power con in, I would say a 20 and a half would be good. Okay, rack, so that way you can leave the plug plugged in. You don't have to keep on plugging it in and out. Alright, everything else will clear at 20 and a half. Okay, so these are the things I think about when I'm buying an amplifier also. You know, will it fit in my rack? You know, because you don't want to have to be changing your rack just to fit one amplifier. I mean, that's crazy. Alright, let's see how tall it is. In one space, you're looking at 1 3/4 inches, okay? So this is a very low profile amplifier. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's a solid build, okay? This is not like the iNuke Behringer, which is more aluminum, but they did that to keep down the weight also. But this right here is pretty much, I would say, QSC type build, the metal and so forth. All right, very nice. Alright, so I can hear one fan cycling on and off as I'm here talking. Let me see which one that is.
King Legend a kill sound. Bondy Darrington a kill sound.
You have 2 fans that cycle on and off.
We will murder you. Yes, we will murder.
Okay. Alright, so you do have a couple of fans that come in and on and off. Alright. Alright, let me cut the rest of this on and we will play some music, because I want to see what these gain knobs are all about. Alright. So I'm going to pause this, set up some music, and I'll be right back. Alright, so let's get up close and personal. Alright. Okay. Alright, there's the mesh I was telling you about, the grill, and the filter behind it. Alright, as you can see, so you do have to do some maintenance here and there, cleaning the filter. Alright. Of course, you just take these couple of screws out on each side and the face comes off, and you just dust it off or blow it out. Either way, I wouldn't recommend washing it because you don't want to stretch it out too bad, so just blow it out or shake it out. Either way. Okay. Alright, so everything is turned down. I have the system on already, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit play. Most likely be just the highs and the subs right now, and I have the CVR playing mid-range, so it will just be the mids. Alright, didn't want to have to have this on the subs right now because of all the wiring I'd have to do right now, and it's a bit much. So until I get it in the rack to switch it around and do it the right way, right now I'm just going to be testing this with the mid-range, okay? Which will be 412s. Alright, so let's go ahead. Like I said, you'll just hear the highs and the subs right now until I turn the amplifier on. Alright. As y'all can see, y'all got a little sneak peek of my rack. Alright, that's going to be another video when I go over the rack. Alright, so let's turn the mids up a little bit. Let's see what the gain is like. Okay. So these knobs on this gain, there is a notch halfway. So it kind of sets in place halfway. When you get halfway, it kind of clicks, letting you know you are halfway, okay? So right now we are halfway. That's one side. That's the right side. This is the left channel. And it is sounding very nice, okay? Very nice. Alright. Now I will turn the subs up a little bit. Hear the difference, right? Mid-range. Alright, so I am impressed. I can tell the power is there. Alright, the power is definitely there because I had the mids hooked up onto the iNuke 12,000, and in comparison, I would say I can tell there's a lot of power behind this. Okay, let me just say, I'm seeing the signal lights, right? And I have it, the gain, probably about halfway. Now, the difference with, because I'm going to compare this with the iNuke, okay, because even before I bought this amplifier, it was, you know, I was like a full-blown iNuke guy, okay? Now, with the iNuke, if I have it halfway, I get no signal lights at all. And I mean, just as loud as I was playing it, or probably even louder, it takes so much more to come in to the iNuke before you even start seeing the signal. So now, just to say that I have it halfway and I'm already getting a signal, and they're flashing on and off. There's no steady lights on it whatsoever. But yellow is considered clipping. All right, more distortion, so forth. So you get the yellow light. So with that said, I'm going to leave you to think about that. But is it a good thing? Yeah. Is it a bad thing? I don't know. Because a bright green will obviously turn yellow eventually, right? But like I said, with the iNuke, I get no signal, playing just as loud. So it is like wanting more. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm trying to get at? It's like, okay, turn me up so I can, you know, have a signal. But here we already have the signal going, and I'm not really pushing it as much. But yeah, I can cut the gain back because it's such a powerful amplifier. I can turn it all the way down, and it'll be okay, because I'm not setting perfect gain structure right now. I'm just testing it out. So that's not a big deal, but I'm just saying. Okay. Alright, so let me go ahead and play it again. This is what I'm talking about. This is how I play the iNuke, and you get no signal playing like it is right now. But halfway, you will get some signal. And the difference is, with the iNuke, if I am even halfway, I'm still not getting any signal. So this is a little bit more, I would say, sensitive. But it's not a bad thing at all. Alright? Here we're working with a whole lot more power, okay? Make sure y'all play this with some headphones on. That is just the highs and the bass. Now these two are just the mids. Just the mids. That's the difference when you have a sound system versus a PA system. You can control everything individually, perfectly. So right about there would be perfect. So the tweeters, the horns, the mid-range, left, right, be the bass, which is not plugged up right now. This would be my subs. I'm impressed. I'm satisfied. I'm pleased. Alright. Thank you, CVR. Thank you, Helen. Alright. So, my overall on this amplifier, well worth the money. Okay? Well worth the money. Alright. I am definitely satisfied. Is there a few things I would change? Yeah. But is it major? No. Alright, couple of things I would change to make this even a better thing. Alright. The knobs are very tiny, okay? And they don't match the amplifier, I don't think. Because, I mean, the front looks so damn good. I mean, this is a very nice amplifier. Like I said, I mean, this is like the Mercedes, alright? And, you know, like Power Self would be like the Lamborghini or something like that, alright? Just based on price. Okay, I would think some better knobs would suit this amplifier. I mean, even some knobs like the Affix, you know, would fit perfectly on here. You know, some nice, pretty knobs. But that's just me being picky, right? But they're good. They're good for what they do. All right, and I like that it has a notch in the center. Once you turn the knob, it lets you know you're halfway, so you're not continuously by mistake turn it all the way up. I know some guys, they play their thing with the gain wide open all the way, they just turn everything up. I mean, to each his own. I mean, if that's the way you do it, that's the way you do it. Okay, but I can guarantee you're not really setting perfect gain structure by just turning it all the way up and just say, okay, that's it. Okay, you don't set gain structure by just turning all the way up. All right, you kind of set your mixer where you want it, and then you adjust this accordingly before clip. Okay, that's how you set gain structure. You don't just have an amplifier and say, okay, all right, it's plugged in, let's turn it all the way up, and that's the way it is. No, you're going to run into problems. You're going to run into clipping. You're going to run into all types of nonsense that you don't need. All right, that's just a little tip. Another thing I would change is the fact that there is no 1/4" input. All right, I mean, you can run into situations where you don't have any XLRs, or your XLR is damaged, or whatever the case may be, and you might need to plug in, you know, a couple 1/4" just to get through the night. And you're basically just looking at XLRs. Okay. Turn this back around. Alright, there is no 1/4". Alright, there's no 1/4". That's about it. It's about just those two things. I would think differently, but I mean, it is what it is. You're buying this amplifier for the power. I mean, all those other features, I guess, you know, really don't matter. This is at a professional level right now. Like I said, it does leave marks. If your hands are sweaty like mine, it does leave marks, but it will be in the rack, so this doesn't matter. Alright, but otherwise, I mean, I have no complaints. And as I always say, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share the knowledge. Alright, DJ Show 1 King Legend checking out.